work.
The dwarven woman hums to herself as she works with total focus and concentration. Her ears twitch as you approach, but she does not turn to you.
Yes.
She turns to peer up at you, surprise and mistrust evident in her intelligent face.
And what business is it of yours, outsider?
She twitches, worry creasing her forehead as she begins to stammer an answer to you.
I'm trying to fix up this delivery device. Same little beauty the Order used to wipe out the Black Ring with the side order of elves in the last war. But I've reached the end of my tinkering abilities. Not my fault. But only the original creator could fix it now, and she'll be along any day now. A lizard named Hanig. Crazy smart, crazy all round really. She should get here from Paradise Downs any day now. It delivers death fog, of course. This is a slightly modified version of what the Order used during the war. Queen Justinia's orders, of course. Can't really say any more than that to you. Even if the runes were...
As you approach the dwarven scientist, Ifan pulls you aside.
I recognize the device on the table there. I need to talk to her. Now.
You see Ifan in earnest conversation with the dwarven woman. All of a sudden, he pales and staggers backwards. The woman laughs, a tinkling sound like glass smashing on a stone floor.
Ha! You thought that was a rift portal? Lord, no, it's nothing of the sort. It's a special device that carries only a very special cargo. Specifically, death fog.
No. No. Lucian would never... Never...
Ifan freezes with resolve, and a cold anger emanates from him. In one fluid move, he steps close to her, knife point to throat. Without a flicker of fear on her face, she smirks arrogantly back at him.
I wouldn't go there if I were you. I work directly for Queen Justinia, and she doesn't take kindly to meddlers. And to be honest, I've reached the end of my tether with what I can do here. So, if you want to harass somebody, hang on. Hanig, the original creator, should arrive here from Paradise Downs any day now.
Ifan whips away his blade and walks off. A single bead of crimson blossoms at the scientist's throat. She glares after his receding form before turning back to her work. Ifan's anger rolls off him in waves. You can feel it. He stands, fists clenched, staring at the ground. He shrugs off your touch and turns from you, eyes wet.
Just give me a minute. Seven be damned! I just found out something terrible. Something I did. Back in the war, Lucian himself handed me a device. He said it was a rift portal to save the elves. So I raced there, faster than I've ever done anything. But it wasn't a rift portal at all. It was a device designed to deliver massive quantities of death fog. I can't believe that Lucian would do that. To lie to me? To use me? I ran. I tried. And all along, the annihilation of the elves was in my hands. He must have been set up. trying's not enough. But could Lucian do this? No, it's not possible. I intend to dig up answers by any means necessary. The creator of the device, Hanag, she's still out there. We'll find her. And when we do, I'll make sure she answers any question we care to throw at her.
Give for Hanig's advice right now.
Nice. The payload of the Peacemaker is here. I can feel its power.
And you thought Rivellon was flat.
The vertices were aligned correctly. Then my rules should.
As magical energy crackles between the sorcerer's fingertips, Ifan turns to you. His mouth is set in a resolute line, but you can see anger blazing in his eyes.
This is the one who crafted the Death Fog device. This is her. I have questions that need answers. You made the Death Fog that annihilated the elves. Who do you work for? How did you trick Lucian?
Ifan stalks forward and grips the sorcerer by the throat, lifting her clean off the ground. She sputters and chokes, eyes bulging and hands flailing as he squeezes her neck tighter and tighter. As she gasps for breath, he shakes her. As you step forwards to stand by his side, threatening the helpless sorcerer, Ifan gives you an appraising glance. He nods once, then returns to his interrogation.
Why? Why did you trick Lucian by giving him a bomb instead of a portal?
The sorcerer casts a look of mingled terror and confusion at Ifan. He releases his grip slightly, allowing her to stand once more.
What? I just made the device the Divine himself ordered, I swear. And as for using it, that was all Lucian and Alexander. I was there. Lucian knew exactly what he was doing.
Ifan turns white and drops the sorcerer to the ground completely. In all your adventures together, you've never seen him so shaken.
Her complicity in the deaths of thousands has earned her own many times over. But it's not right for me to take the final cut.
He turns to you with defeat in his eyes, and all the sorrows of the world weighing on his shoulders.
She was a soldier following orders, just like me. Let her live with the torment of her actions, just as I have to.
The sorcerer nods a grateful smile at you, picking herself up from the ground and backing away from Ifan.
Thanks for standing with me back there. She disgusts me. What kind of person would knowingly craft something like that? Lucian knew that if he asked me to deliver the death fog, I would have refused, point blank. That's why he lied to me. What kind of person doesn't need the lie? What kind of person does the lying? Pretty sure we can safely say that they didn't. The Divine cared nothing for me, or for the elves. I was just a pawn. If Alexander still lives, that son of the Void's going to wish I truly killed him the first time.
Ifan sighs and glances across at you ruefully. He opens and closes his mouth several times before speaking.
You know, I was fit to kill Hanag. But truth be told, she's not much worse than I am. And yet, you accept me. Your friendship means a lot.
He laughs and hugs you back fiercely.
My hero, I'm grateful.
A sense of urgency from deep within you quickens your heart and hardens your gut. Your god wants you to know that she offers you a grateful smile.
I bid you farewell.
Hush! The Ancestor speaks.
She places a hand on her armor.
It fades. It must be whole. Then the Ancestor can speak freely.
2. My prison, it is said to be a hollow place. Stone and fire and filth.
Right where I want you. Prepare yourself.
You see it all. The tallest of the ancestor trees have been lost beneath swirling clouds of death fog. Nothingness. Emptiness. You sag to the earth, utterly lost, and then you feel it. Not all is dead down in the valley. Spores given off by the ancestor trees. The presence within needs to grow, and it will show you how. But first, you must learn to protect yourself. You are not alone any longer. Later. You hear the presence now. The armor always whispering. The Magister Thief looks round, and the voices scream at you to strike.
Buying or selling?
Glad to see you well. Anything more?
Your fish stinks of the void. What kind of rat would sell such filth?
The kind that don't fancy starving, along with the rest of this town. It's all well and good for you with your rations. We've got to take what we can get.
Keep talking to Wolf and you'll end up eating sawdust from a cell floor.
Until later, then. Glad to see you well. Anything more?
A dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
There's a lot of call for the junk you sell, then.
If I don't come visit your tongue,
For nothing less than the wisdom of
Wouldn't
the
you like to
ancients.
know?
Vapid fiction, along with a large helping of ham.
Until later, then.
how you holding up? Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Glad to see you well. Anything more?
Come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your tongue, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Until later, then.
so. Ready to set sail when you are, Your Holiness. Fantastic. Now, on to the interesting part.
After many adventures, the party finally reached the place where Godwo can go to become divine. But more surprises and difficult choices awaited.
Here we are, the Nameless Isle. Here I thought Malady was unimaginative. Still, it's what's on the inside that counts, isn't that right? And this is the place you're meant to become a god. I can't help but wonder exactly what you intend to do with such a power. I have no doubt about that, but do remember, you can do what's good for you, too. All things in balance, you know. You'll want to hurry now. Divinity is waiting, after all. Excellent question. Normally, this place ought only to be known to Godwoken, but judging by the ships burning in the bay, there's been a breach, let's call it. Regardless of who's on the island, all that matters is who ascends. Make sure that's you. The strongest will survive and ascend. I'm hardly an expert on the matter, but I'm smart enough to put two and two together. Where there is an ocean of source, there is a well for drawing from it. To rise to divinity, you probably need to take a gulp. Though I'm sure it won't be that simple.
You can put a price on the warriors I have for hire.
Quite a journey I've found myself on with you. Is this where it ends, I wonder? Dangers indeed. You can almost hear the sounds of battle when the wind shifts correctly. And where there's battle, there's bound to be mercenaries. Gleku Duma, the words of the lone wolves. No doubt my former comrades will have them in their employ. Speak their words, and you might pass. Speak their words, and you might pass. Consider it a token of my thanks for the assistance in retrieving anathema. Pursuit of my interests has led me to fall in with some disreputable company in my time. For a short while, one such group was the Black Ring. I know, not something to be proud of, but they let me do as I wished, so desperate they were for aid after the death fog cut them down to size. A fine arrangement, until they started preaching about this God King and his infernal covenant.
He snorts derisively.
The last thing this world needs is another would-be god, and an army of fools willing to follow him. It's a sop to all the fools who think that someone will grant them power and immortality in return for loyalty. This God King has caused to make war with the Seven, and the Covenant is how he's gathered his army. They become sworn, as it was put to me, bound to serve, die, and be reborn for the God King for as long as he wishes. Then at some ill-defined point in the future, they think they'll be rewarded. You should have seen them all. On their knees, worshipping a new tyrant just to spite 7 old ones. I got away from them while I still could. Unfortunately, Dallas was waiting to snatch me. There's a clue in the name. He's a god, or something that wants to be a god. Continue to march to the Seven's beat, and I'm sure you'll find out exactly what he is. They're all the same, you know. Tyrants, liars, carrion birds. The best thing would be for them all to destroy each other and leave the rest of us to live in peace. My efforts continue. I must admit it's quite an intricate piece to work with, even for someone like myself. I remain confident of success, though.
Companion you need, I can provide. Expert warriors for hire. Sealed in combat. They won't let you down. You can put a price on the warriors I have for hire, but you can't put a price on the glory they'll win.
Tread carefully, my dear. Those are black ring banners that I spy on the shore. I studied the tablet that you so generously provided. It showed me everything I need to know about creating a functional Swornbreaker. Once I have that, I'll be free of the Covenant. And free to spend the rest of my days with Mahali. See those structures further inland? Remarkably like those from the caverns of the Black Pits, aren't they? Should you discover the parts needed for a Swornbreaker, please bring them to me. I'll make it worth your while. Also, you will likely encounter sworn followers of the God King on that island, I suspect. I would avoid combat if possible. Death can be less than final for them, if the God King wills it.
Almira doesn't respond right away. Instead, she turns and gazes intently at the island. After a long moment, she finally speaks.
I sense a familiar presence. The Sallow Man. Yes. He's there somewhere. Likely commanding Black Ring forces. You should seek him out. He's a foul creature, but not opposed to cutting a deal. Beware his underlings, though. If they challenge your presence, pose as a thrall of mine, and you should gain safe passage. My name should still command respect among them. Something on your mind, darling?
Expert warriors for hire, all seasoned in combat. They won't let you down.
You don't look very divine to me. What are you waiting for?
I can sense the raw powers of the source rippling through the air. The island, yonder. It is doom or destiny.
Gareth greets you warmly. He's oddly chipper. More chipper than you've ever seen him, and certainly more chipper than most people mourning dead loved ones.
I should thank you. I don't know what came over me. Praise Lucian I had you to put me on the right track. Not bad. Took some time to think. My parents led good lives. I'd rather celebrate them for the love they gave me than to wail over their loss. Besides, we have work to do. Once we anchor at the Nameless Isle, I'll scout ahead, see if I can help locate the council and ease the way. I'll report to you on what I find. Nonsense. I just had to take time to renew my spirit. Lucian said, I will refresh the tired and satisfy the weary. Words as true today as when he said them.
Gareth offers his farewell and hums to himself. You recognize the tune, Blessed and Bold, a hymn praising Lucian.
I can sense the raw powers of the source rippling through the air. The island, yonder. It is doom or destiny. Your mind, the demon that's in there. As long as it possesses you, divinity will be his, not yours. You mustn't give it the chance, Losa.
A strange symbol is carved into the stone, details lost to the wear of time. Even blunted with age, the symbol resembles an arrowhead forged in flame. The cult of the Outlaw Empress marked their proving trials with such symbols. She worshipped a dragon, seeking to overthrow the ancient imperial throne. The ancient empire assassinated her, then sought to scar every mention of her from history. The arrowhead points the way forward.
Magister, dead on the beach. What a surprise.
The seaside doesn't suit them, does it? I fancy a swim. You need a bath.
The symbol of the dragon's cult has lasted for eons. The Devourer's legacy remains carved deep into Rivellon. This is a sign of an ancient dragon cult. The sigils lead to a trial meant to test believers. The arrowhead points the way forward.
No ghosts remain. All are purged.
The symbol of the dragon's cult has lasted for eons. The Devourer's legacy remains carved deep into Rivellon.
I've never seen ruins like this.
You don't get out much, do you?
This is a sign of an ancient dragon cult. The arrowhead...
taste it on the wind. The death of all. And then we rise.
You there! Prithee, goodly traveller, might I prevail upon you to answer a question? You see, I am on a mission most grave. I seek a sorcerer most foul, most reviled, most feared. Her name is...
His pincers scissor wildly.
Septa the Ineffable! Have you heard tell of this wicked beast on your travels? Oh no. You spoke to her. Face to... whatever you call the odd frontly part of your person. I regret to inform you, you haven't much longer to live then. Now that she has your scent, it won't be long until Septa tracks you here and guts you like a minnow. You have my sympathy. The hunt continues. Imperio... Oh.
Make heads nor tails of this. I can't make heads nor tails of this.
Reading of the wonders of Zolstissa, it's clear where her people get their feelings of supremacy from.